Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our Gold Digger series. This is Esmeralda Saldana, your Executive Regional Vice President. I'm always so grateful to all of you when you jump on in the afternoon. Some of you may be working, some of you may be, picking up kids or dropping off kids or doing different things, and I just appreciate that you're willing to jump on. It says a lot about you, right? It says a lot about the business that you want to grow. We have a saying that when you show up, you'll blow up. Staying plugged in is so very important in our business. And in the last few days, I've learned that even deeper. You don't know this about me, but sometimes I creep and crawl into other people's nation calls just to hear what their leaders are saying. I'm always wanting to learn more and more and more about what leaders are doing and saying and how they're training. And just mainly because I know that I'm always going to be learning. And whenever there's an opportunity and I have a moment, I want to plug in and see what else I could learn. And one of the calls I love plugging into is Claire Rizzoli's Nation Call. I usually listen to the recording because it's around the same time that ours is. But she always has such amazing calls. And her call on Monday really, really struck me. For those of you who don't know Claire Rizzoli, she's a national vice president. Recently, she was in Hawaii for the retreat. But she was also in Hawaii in her hotel room, talking to her husband on the cell phone, when a text came in saying that a missile attack was on its way. So you can imagine how she felt at that moment, being thousands of miles away from her son, from her mother, from her husband, being on the phone with her husband, right? And just freaking out at the fact that a missile was on its way to attack the island of Hawaii. So she basically shared this on her coaching call, and I thought it was amazing because you really felt what she felt. I mean, I know we didn't feel exactly what she felt, but as she was describing it, she just said that so many things came to her mind about her life, And one thing that kept resonating with her was that, well, her family will be okay, financially, mainly because of her business and her husband's business. Her husband's a producer for a lot of really famous sitcoms out there, but also with her income, they're living a really wonderful lifestyle. But more than that, just her little boy that she had just seen off on a plane back to LA with her mom and that she would never see him again. It's just so many things kept rushing to her brain, and she was saying this in tears, thinking, my God, life is so short and there's still so much that I want to do. There's so many lives that I want to change. There's so much greater purpose out there that I know that I'm meant for. And it brought me to this idea that sometimes many of us are waiting for that crazy moment where we realize, shoot, we got to take this serious, right? We're not promised tomorrow. But the threat with that is that maybe we could wait a lifetime waiting for that moment to happen that's going to tell us to get our butt in gear, and it may never happen. But learning from other people's experiences can be just as powerful. And it was very powerful for me because one of the promises that I made myself at the beginning of the year, well, it was a bunch, but some of the top two, if you guys remember, was to get closer to God, build a stronger relationship with the Lord. And the second was get back into self-development and reading. And I hadn't done either of those two since the beginning of January. And I'm just being really honest, right? So right away after that call, I picked up the book that has been sitting in my basket for a really long time. I've had it for years, you guys. I got this book. I could tell you exactly when I got it and why. I got this book. Actually, let me just show it to you real quick. It's called Thrive from Arianna Huffington. Arianna Huffington is the founder of the Huffington Post. She's a remarkable woman. But this book was recommended to me by a national vice president in 2014. In November of 2014, I was sitting on the set of Arbonne's catalog shoot. I was so lucky and grateful that I got chosen to be in the catalog, and I was sitting on the set and I had this long conversation with this beautiful MVP named Katrina Andrews. Some of you may know her, some of you may not. She's the beautiful blonde in the makeup section of, I don't know if she's still there, but a couple of catalogs ago. And she was talking to me how she was stuck at RVP for a long time. And as soon as she read Thrive, within 3 months, she went to MVP. And it wasn't that the book made her go to MVP. It was the struggles of what she was enduring. And I think it resonated with me a lot. And that struggle is, how do I be a productive businesswoman, a thriving businesswoman, without having the feeling of guilt in my heart for my children and my husband? okay, of maybe leaving, of having to do this, of having to do that. For those of you who know me, I'm a scatterbrain. I'm all over the place. I'm doing things all the time. It's very hard to me to say no to anyone when they need my help or they need something with me. So it just adds to my plate. So I said, where the heck is that book after Monday's call with Claire? And I found it and it had gotten water damage. That's how great it took care of this book. But I started reading it and I've been reading it for 3 days now, you guys. And I'm not listening to the audio because I need to read it. And there's another side note to this. This is what I'm going to train you guys on. But I started reading it and it just is such an amazing book for any of you who are mothers, right? Young children, older children. You love being a mother. You love the idea of being there for your children and helping them, but you also maybe deal with a little bit of the guilt of having to be away sometimes or having to do stuff for your business when you know it's for the betterment of your family. But as mothers, I think it's something very innate in us that we just kind of feel all the time. And this book is amazing. And what I've learned that I'm missing from my thriving Arbonne business is I am missing me. I am missing time for me. Okay, so what I've been doing since Tuesday, which has only been 3 days, but I've noticed a difference, is I've been waking up at 6 a.m. I was waking up really early last year and then I stopped because I wasn't really doing much during that hour. I was just doing a bunch of stuff at home, you know, like cleaning and washing dishes and getting stuff. But what I realized is I need to wake up early to give time for me, rather than waking up right when the kids wake up and me just go crazy and scatterbrain, trying to get their clothes on, brushing their teeth, washing their face, getting them in the car. Oh yeah, eat breakfast, then getting them in the car, you know? So what I realized what has missing has been me. And the me is just waking up and not worrying about household chores, not worrying whether or not the house is clean or any of that. Just doing the basic things that I need to do. It's amazing how much better I feel when I just do my hair and put a little bit of makeup on. It's amazing. And for some people it could be totally different. Maybe you can care less about makeup. Maybe it's just brushing your teeth. God dang it. I remember forgetting to brush my teeth and doing it after lunch. I mean, that's how scatterbrained I was, right? So I want you to think about that for a moment. And some of you are working, and I get that. You know, waking up a whole hour early is just not going to happen because you're already so tired. But what if you waked up an extra 30 minutes? 30 minutes before the rest of the house woke up, and you just did what you did. Maybe it's to drink your cup of tea. Maybe it's just to meditate for a little while. Maybe it's to put a little bit of makeup on or brush your teeth or just sit down and breathe and relax and not think about anything and not look at your phone. Don't look at your cell phone. Don't look at your Facebook. Don't see who's messaged you or who's texted you. I promise you guys, you call me at 6 from 7, I won't answer your phone call because it's my time. Now that you know I wake up at 6, I'm not answering your call at that time unless you guys are, you know, it's do or die. Because that is going to be our time, right? Your time, my time to just get things together in my mind so that I could be progressive. And I've noticed that has been missing because ever since I started doing it, once 7 o'clock hits and I go wake up my kids, I feel so much better about my day and where I'm going to do that day. And I feel so much more engaged and excited about doing stuff for my business because I've given myself time to just relax and take in some positive stuff. So let me tell you exactly what I do. I've been waking up. I turn on this electric kettle that I bought right when I came back from Mexico. That's freaking awesome. I boil my water. I start making my tea. I wash my face, brush my teeth, do all that. I put a little bit of makeup, lip gloss, blah, blah, blah. I'm done. And then I come, I drink my tea, and I pick up this book, Thrive. And I read for 15 minutes. I put the timer on my clock. I have to read it for 15 minutes. And when I'm done reading that, I then get this beautiful book that Carmen gave me a couple years ago. You guys see it, Daily Inspiration by Raman Sharma. Some of you have it. Thank you, Carmen. Carmen, I confess, I probably opened it a couple times last year. Yeah, but it's an amazing book, you guys. And let me just read you what it says today because it's pretty awesome how everything has kind of come together. And this is what it says for today. And this is exactly what we're going to be talking about a little bit more. January 18th. It's the 18th, right? Okay. All too often, people attempt to live their lives backwards. They spend their days striving to get the things that will make them happy rather than having the wisdom to realize that happiness is not a place you reach, but a state you create. Happiness and a life of deep fulfillment come from when you commit yourself from the very core of your soul to spending your highest human talents on a purpose that makes a difference in others' lives. When all the clutter is stripped away from your life, its true meaning will become clear. To live for something more than yourself. Stated simply, the purpose of life is a life of purpose. And that's exactly what I feel I get during that first hour, is just getting a moment where I can just make a difference in myself in my own day, not worrying about anything else. So you could do whatever it is that will help you. But the point is to give yourself a moment in the morning before your day is started to get your mind at a very positive state where you feel good about what's going to happen for the rest of the day. Maybe it's a prayer you do. Maybe it's your affirmations. Maybe it's some gratitude. Maybe it's a little bit of reading. Just do something. And then at the very end, the last 5 minutes before real world comes in, is you do your to-do list, right? I've only been doing 3 things on my list, and I'm keeping it really simple, right? Because it talks about clutter. Sometimes I want to do a lot. I want to be an overachiever. And right now, I just really want to be very focused because, you know, our goal is to become a nation. Our goal is to promote RVPs within our nation. Our goal is to promote new area managers. Our goal is to promote district managers. Our goal is to get new people into Arbonne and get excited and train them and coach them and support them and help them build a business. So my 3 things for me personally is 1, reach out to someone new, just one person about Arbonne, whether it's through the products or the business, depends on the person. And I never know who that's going to be until that day. Sometimes I know ahead of time, but yesterday I had to have a clue. And then all of a sudden someone came to mind. Number 2, follow up with 2 clients. Just follow up with people that I haven't followed up with. Maybe it's someone that used to be a client years ago for me, months ago, maybe a past detox client. My current detox clients don't count because I got to check in with them no matter what, right? But the point is to kind of follow up with someone new, someone who was curious, someone different, or a past client. And number 3, do something on social media. Do something on social media that's going to show my lifestyle through Arbonne, that's going to show my healthy eating, that's going to show, you know, the product that I'm using, that's going to show what I'm doing. You know, my office is my kitchen today. Tomorrow it might be the park. The next day it might be somewhere else. So show something positive that sparks curiosity and excitement in our social media. So those are the 3 things that I am focusing on doing. And I love it because it helps me feel really good. When I'm done with those 3 things, I feel like I've done something for my business, right? Obviously, we can do more than that, but I just want all of you to really find something that you're going to do and stick to it. Now, going back to Claire's story, how scary, right? How many of you would have been just freaking out? She was hiding in her closet. She didn't know where to go. And on a side note, she was on a military base, you guys. She was on a military base because her consultant's husband's in the Army. He's a captain, and he got her this really cute bungalow on the ocean. So she thought, oh my gosh, we're the first target, the military base, right? So she's in her closet. Half an hour later, close to 40 minutes, she gets a text saying it was a false alarm. So for 40 minutes, what do you think she was thinking about? She was thinking about just so many crazy things, especially her little boy, I'm sure, and her husband and everything. And you guys, let's not wait for moments like that to realize that we have a greater purpose in life. Each and every one of us has a greater purpose. We can change lives. We can live full out. We can be our most authentic self. We can live a life that's so fulfilling, full of happiness. And guess what? Arbonne can be the vehicle. It can be the vehicle to help people. If you want to live a life where you're constantly helping people get healthy, feel better, you know, bring an extra income into their household, dream again, buy that home they want, you know, start saving for paying off debt or whatever it is, what other way can you help them? I'm sure there's other companies, but to be part of Arbonne, where the brand is amazing, where the products are unparalleled to anything out there. We have no competition, you guys. We're exploding. We're proud to represent a company like this. You'd be surprised how many network marketing people out there don't even use the products they represent. Think about that. And we use everything because we love it and we know it works and we stand by it. So can Arbonne be the vehicle for us to help people live life with a greater purpose? Absolutely. I absolutely believe that. I believe that more today than I did yesterday, way more than I did at the beginning of January, and a heck lot more than I did last year. But we have to be willing to share and open our mouth and be excited about it. Did you know that there's 6 things, and I learned this today, although I knew some of it. There's 6 things that any network marketing professional needs to be great at in order to be successful in their business. The first thing is belief in yourself, right? You got to believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. If you don't believe you can do it, you need to start talking to yourself in a way that allows you to start forming a really positive opinion about yourself. Saying things like, I am a multimillionaire. And I don't mean it to be gaudy because money and power are great. No, I mean it because being a multimillionaire, can you imagine how many people you can then help? Right? How many people could you help? If you're a multimillionaire right now, how many people could you help? What charity can you give to? What foundation can you start? What blank check can you write out to a family member? Or maybe not a blank check, but what check can you write out to a family member? Who can you help? Believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. Why not? Find an MVP or a leader that resonates with you in your story. Someone you can look at and be like, man, if she can do it, I can do it. So look at someone, find someone in our slew of MVPs that you relate to, because there is no reason why you can't do this business. There's no reason why everyone on this call can't be an RVP at the end of the year. We talk about it being a decision. We know it's a decision, but the decision isn't just deciding, yes, I want to be an RVP. It's deciding and then doing the activity, right? Because if there's no activity attached to the decision, you're just going to sit there and beautiful little butterflies and stars and la la land and not do anything, right? So we have to get into activity. What are you going to do? You could read all the motivational books you want. You could read quotes. You can quote people on your Facebook. You can tag people on positive videos and go to amazing conferences. But if you're just keeping that to yourself and you're not sharing it and you're not going out there to practice the skills and the systems, you're going to be there for the rest of your life. You're going to be an awesome, awesome student and never really have the chance to be the leader that you were born to be. Number 2, belief in the product and company. We kind of talked about that a little bit. You guys are all believers in the product, right? You're believers of our company. Do you know the history of our company? Do you understand the history of the company? Can you share with it passionately and excitedly with people? Which brings me to number 3. Are you passionate when you talk to people about what you're doing? I'm not saying talking at 1,000 miles, a second when you're talking to someone, because that just makes it sound crazy, right? But when you're talking, are you passionate? Are you excited? Are you articulate? Are you listening to people? Hi. Are you listening to people when they are talking to you so that you know what their needs are, right? It blows my mind when someone is sitting there and they're telling you everything that they need, right, in life to be happy. And then we start sharing the business and we say nothing about what they need and we just start talking about us. You just missed such a huge opportunity to share with the person what they need because they just told you what they needed, right? So we have to ask questions and we have to be passionate and excited about what we talk when we talk about the business. And we can't shy away. Why do I shy away to tell people that I'm making 6 figures? Maybe because it's an uncomfortable feeling to know that I'm making that kind of money. But who wouldn't want to make 6 figures? Whose life wouldn't change making a few $1,000s more a month, right? So I need to be positive and excited to share that with people because it is my truth. I'm not guaranteeing that's going to happen with every single person, but it's my truth. And I could share that. If you're not making 6 figures, you could talk about how that is your goal. My goal is to make 6 figures in Arbonne, and I know I can do it because we have an amazing company, awesome products, they work, and the business model is phenomenal. There's no reason why I can't be there by the end of 2018. That is sharing passionately, right, and positively with people. Number, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Sell with enthusiasm. Now, when I heard the word sell, I was like, no, don't say the word sell. I hate selling. But then I thought about this. My sisters hate cooking. I'll get to the point. My sisters hate cooking, and they always tell, actually my oldest sister is the one that really hates cooking. And they always tell me how much they hate cooking. And they see me in the kitchen making these dishes and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, man, I hate cooking. And it wasn't until I asked my sister in December when she was here, why do you hate cooking so much? She's like, well, I don't know how to cook. So I started thinking, like, she hates cooking because she doesn't know how to cook. So maybe we hate selling because we don't know how to sell, right? But at the end of the day, you guys, this is a sales business. And as much as we've gone around talking about how we're not selling, essentially we are. We're selling ourselves as a brand ambassador. We're selling our leadership. We're selling our passion to people, our excitement. We're selling the products, the company. We're selling the support system, the culture. We are selling Arbonne, and it's every facet. We just have to not be scared of the word and be enthusiastic about that. We don't have to say the word sell, but that is in essence what we're doing. And because it's a sales business, we should get very good at that skill, right? We should get very good at that skill. And one thing I learned, and I think I kind of mentioned this yesterday, is that our business coach was saying, you know, when you're talking to someone about what their needs are, try to pick up on 3 things that they say. Maybe they say the word health. Maybe they say the word travel. Maybe they say more money. Try to pick up on those 3 things that they say. Maybe they say a lot more, but just choose 3. And when you're now sharing with them what the businesses or the products, make sure you relate back to those same 3 things they said, right? Because when you start using words that they're using, there's like a psychology there that they know you've paid attention, you're talking to them, they're curious, they want to hear more, and they know that you are actually listening to their needs. So pick up on those at least 3 things that they're saying when you're asking questions and trying to figure things out, figuring things out so that you know how to share with them with enthusiasm, right? Number 5, tell your story. How many of you have your 60-second story down? How many of you think it sounds like a sales pitch? How many of you feel it sounds ungenuine and it just doesn't sound like you? I really want to engage you and implore with you to write your 60-second story down and make it sound like you. Whatever that word is that you use, or if you say things a certain way or you crack jokes, make it sound like you. And second part, make sure it's relatable. Are you relating to people? Are you so far out into another world that no one could relate to you? Another thing is that when you're writing your 60-second story, there's 3 terms you need to think of as you're writing them. The word is neutrals, turn-ons, and turn-offs. Okay, let me give you an example. If you're in an elevator, you're stuck in an elevator, and there's a millennial next to you who is very health conscious, some of the words you might talk about are vegan, plant-based, gluten-free, blah, blah, blah. But if you're stuck in an elevator with maybe a 60-year-old who doesn't look like they're health conscious, the last words you want to use are plant-based, vegan, gluten-free, right? So we have to work on words that are turn-ons and turn-offs. If you're in a room, if you're a millennial yourself and you're in a room with a bunch of moms with a bunch of kids, you don't want to talk about how awesome your life is, single, partying all the time, no kids, doing your thing. You won't relate to them. Or opposite, you're a mom with 4 kids. You don't want to start talking about the business, how you get to stay home with your kids and how you get to be a present parent and how your kids are in all these extracurricular activities because you have extra money, because your millennial will just look at you like, I do not want your life, right? So you want to make sure that you're using words that are turn-ons and not turn-offs when you're sharing your story. And it could change every time depending on your audience, right? But you got to be really, really paying attention to who you're talking to. Your 60-second story should just be bullet points of what you want to share. It should not be a script that you memorize, because it will change as people change, right? You should just know the beginning, where your life was or what you used to do, what you didn't enjoy about it, how you found Arbonne, what it's done for you. Again, be relatable depending on who you're talking to. That is so important. And number 6, working your plan. You have belief in yourself, you have belief in your product and in your company, you share with passion, you're super enthusiastic, you've learned how to tell your story. Now, what's the plan? What's the activity? It's great that you know all this, but how are you going to implement this to actually boom your business and help your business grow, right? So you got to think, what is your strategy? Do you have a daily strategy? Do you have a weekly strategy? What are you doing to actually check off activity every day? And the bottom line is, if you guys can answer if you want, you just have to unmute yourself. What activities, at the end of the day, bottom line, what type of activity is the activity that's going to increase your volume and build your business? What is it? Anybody want to share what they think it is? Bottom line, what is it? Unmute yourself if you want to share. Ty, I heard you say something with your lips. I can't hear you. Share, what did you say? Oh, can't hear you. I think your volume's down, maybe. Nope. I can't hear you. Anybody else?
You cut off on the question. What was your question? I'm driving, sorry.
Okay. The question is, what is the activity? Yeah, type it, Ty. What is the activity that will increase your volume in your business? Bottom line, what is the one thing or two things that you need to be doing to grow your business?
Okay, let me be
Calling.
Calling. Anybody else?
Booking events.
Booking your events. Anybody else?
I really think it's the old way. Like, we are a very personable company. We are selling ourselves, like you said, and we need to, like, just show people. Like, NVPs now got where they were by booking events and doing facials and doing presentations old-fashioned style. The virtuals are awesome for people who can't attend those or for people who are far away. But I absolutely, truly, truly believe that if you book your 8 events a month, you're 2 months away from RVP. Well, at least in my case, that's what it sucks that I've been sick for like 18 days now because I haven't been able to book anything because I can't walk to go meet the person, right? But I can do online stuff. So I've been doing a lot of online stuff, but which is the positive thing. But I really absolutely believe that once I can walk again, I will be able to go to the event and just show people, have them test everything out, have them, you know, like that's why I love the healthy happy hours. If you guys are not going to on Sunday, I mean, Esme's putting up her house, the healthy happy hours are where people can see things. Like they just need to see it and try it and taste it. So I think that's the, like, seriously, like old school works better sometimes. Pick up the phone, no texting, just pick up the phone and talk and catch up if anything, you know.
So let me share the core of what Carmen's saying. So all those are systems, but the core is sharing and following up. Those are the two things that are going to build your business. Sharing and following up. You could do it through a phone call. You could do it for Facebook Messenger. You could do it through, you know, meeting the person somewhere. You could do it on a 3-way. But sharing and following up, and it go hand in hand, because if you share but you don't follow up, what's the point, right? So sharing and following up, the more we get into sharing and sharing and sharing and following up, the easier this business is going to be, and your business will thrive, you guys. Now, the healthy happy hours, the Discover Our Bonds, the virtual launches, the in-home demos, those are all parts of the follow-up. Those are all parts of the engagement process, right? Of leading people to an answer of where they want to do. But the core, the bottom line, what is going to grow your business, and we know this from every NVP, whether they used to fax their orders or beep them in or online them, whatever, is sharing. We just got to share with more people, right? And God forbid we don't get a missile attack alert on our phone. Are we going to wait until someone says it's a false alarm to finally say, oh my God, I got to work this business because today could have been the last day? We work this business not for the money and the power. We work this business because we want to help people. We want to live a life of fulfillment. We want to feel good about ourselves. We want to know that we're making a difference. We want to show our children. We want to be the role models. We want to be role models for each other, right? We want to develop ourselves to be leaders. We want to be able to give back. We want to be able to share wisdom with people. We want to be able to take part of wonder. What's wonder? Being able to just having the time freedom to just go to the beach, enjoy the waves, go to the park, enjoy the flowers, travel and see other cultures. All this can be done when we have a business that's thriving, that allows us that extra income and time to be able to do those type of things. So what are we all waiting for, right? It's time. It's 2018. Let's not let another day go by without reaching out. And I'm going to encourage you too. I love seeing when you guys are in activity. I'm sure you love seeing when Esme's in activity, right? So post it on our page. Post it. I reached out to someone today. I was so nervous, but I did it. They haven't called me back. Or I went to Sam's Club today and they're shutting down, and I talked to 3 parking lot attendants because I thought, what are you going to do? I really did that. I'm like, what are you going to do? Sam's Club is closing, you know? So reach out to people. Smile. Just go out there and reach out and have a reason to chat with people who are out there. You never know who's going to need this. And then share it on our Facebook page so we can celebrate you, because every little thing we do is a step closer to where we want to be. It's just a step closer. Okay, so awesome. A couple things really, really quick. And I definitely want to hear what you have to say or any questions. I should have done this at the beginning, but some announcements. Sunday, the 21st, is our Healthy Sunday Brunch. Yay, it's back. It's from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Consultants, try to arrive at least 10 minutes early. If you're bringing a dish, just so we can have everything set out. And make sure people register on the Eventbrite link. I already put it up on Facebook. Monday night, the 22nd, is our Discover Arbonne at the Mission Inn in Riverside, led by our beautiful area manager, Monica Laura. Those are really awesome, by the way. I think they start at 6:30 now, right? Yeah, 6:30. And then Thursday, January 25th, I'm having a healthy happy hour here in my home in Hacienda Heights at 6:30 p.m. Okay, so that's the 25th. GTC, I don't know if you guys knew this, but anyone can sign up for GTC now until tickets are completely sold out. So if you have not signed up for GTC, you guys, if anything was mandatory in our business, which by the way, nothing in our business is mandatory, just the $79. But if anything was mandatory, it would be GTC. It would be GTC. Everything, all of us have gone through something in 2017. But GTC is something we need to be to. Oh, you guys, it's just amazing to be there. Not only are you going to learn skills, but what I love the best is hearing the stories. I love hearing the stories of the NVPs and ENVPs because it grounds me. It brings me back to reality that this is so doable and there's no reason why we can't all be at the top. So please, 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 please sign up for GTC before it's too late. Just go on and register. And then last thing I have on here is the Lead the Pack incentive. You know those incentives that Arbonne throws out there? This month it's for the little backpack, cute little backpack. You guys, it's not about the backpack. I honestly couldn't care less about the backpack, but it's what's connected to that backpack, which is the strategy, right? You bring in 3 people, 3 new ICs or preferred clients with at least 250 or more, and you earn the backpack. Again, it's not about the backpack. It's strategies that Arbonne has in place because they know that if you're constantly bringing in 3 new people every month, you're going towards a direction of growing an Arbonne business. That's what they do it for. It's just fun to get gifts, right? And it's fun to get extra money in your bonuses as district manager, area manager. But it's not about the money and it's not about the gift. It's about the strategy. It's about them telling us this is what you need to do. If you do it, you're going to get that much closer to your goal. So every time there's an incentive, jump on it. Even if you like it or you don't like it, you can give it away. But it's the accomplishment and knowing that you're headed in the right direction for your business. Okay, let me see if there was any questions. If anybody wants to share, please unmute yourself. We have 4 minutes exactly. Anybody? Thank you. Yes. Rooms at New York are still available. There's a bridge to the MGM. Yes, and also rooms at the Wyndham Grand Resort, which is right behind the MGM, are still available. As for M Life Reward, would be cool. Anybody? Comments, questions? I don't want to keep you guys on too long. Awesome.
This is Evelyn. I'm going to will call tomorrow if anybody has orders, and I'll be at Sunday's brunch event. He'll be there taking up.
She's bringing chilaquiles.
No, chicharrones.
Chicharrones and salsa verde. Okay. Thank you, guys. Oh, one new message. Let me see. Thank you. Okay, great. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful afternoon. And yes, we'll see you Sunday. Love you guys. Thank you.